Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Lloyd Jusa, I'm your host. This is Tourism News Africa, TNA Wine Club, and we're back. We have another exciting episode in store for you today. What are we celebrating? Something really special and unique to South Africa. This is the Heritage Selection, better known as the Braai selection. So Braai is such a national treasure in South Africa. In fact, 24 September has been declared for many years now the National Braai Day, or Heritage Day as some have put it, and we have grown closer together. In order to appreciate what this is all about, you have to look at the history. You know, Braai has always been a part of South African heritage for many, many years, spanning over thousands of years. And when the settlers came in, then we just found a way to nationalize it. It's the one day when political differences are put aside, when cultural differences are put aside, and everybody gets together just to have a good time. And what's usually happening on a Braai Day? There is food at the table. You need your veggies, so you need your vegetable skewers. You are also expected to have some lamb chops, some sirloin, and of course, boerewors. Those are national staples. And we have just the right wines for us to explore today. Okay, so what's in front of me? I've got Chenin Blanc from a producer I'm going to discuss shortly. I also have some Chardonnay, offering us lots of versatility. I have Pinotage, unique to the region. And I also have some syrup. Can't wait to tell you guys all about it so that we can dig deep and hopefully taste some of these wines with the braai that we've got going on with our chef at the backyard. So in order to really fully appreciate South African wines with the braai, you really have to go native in terms of the varietals of choice. Your choice of varietals is super important. And South Africa's pride in terms of white wines is Chenin Blanc. By the way, about 18% of South Africa's white vineyards is planted to Chenin Blanc. It's no wonder that it is a bit of a staple on many braais. Okay, the one I'm showcasing today is by Mosi Wines. It is a wine made by Joseph Tongai Gafana, former sommelier, now a wine entrepreneur who is doing wonders in partnership with some vineyard managers in the Swartland area of production. This one in particular is from a 40-year-old vineyard block. So it's old bush vines. The grapes are much richer, they are much more concentrated, and the fruit and the quality of the juice is of the highest caliber. The wine has been treated with a little bit of French oak second fills, so the wine has some texture, and I think you need that kind of texture and versatility if you're gonna pair this with the veggies and some of the chicken that you might throw out onto the open fire. So that's my choice of the first wine, which is the Mosi Wine Tinashe Chenin Blanc, and this particular vintage is the 2022 vintage. I hope you get to enjoy that. The second white wine I'd like to share with you was a bit of a surprise pick because I didn't expect to find it, but it was dangling around in our cellars. This is the Warwick White Lady Chardonnay 2014 vintage. So earlier, as we were playing around with it to check if the quality was still good using one of our carving devices, we were astonished to see how favorable the wine is presenting today. Yes, a little bit more on the richer side, but this is by far one of the most revered and respected Chardonnay producers to come out of Stellenbosch for many a time. If you are not a red wine person and you are looking for one white to stick to during the braaiing season, then I think you ought to have some Chardonnay there. It may not necessarily have to be the Warwick one, but look for something that has been treated with a bit of oak. As long as it's got great depth and structure, I think you are really set for a wonderful braai session. So look out for Warwick. You may not necessarily come across you may not necessarily find the 2014 vintage out there, but whatever they have got, I think it's a really, really well-made Chardonnay for you to try. Now, fun fact, as I was researching for this episode, I was looking at Pinotage, where it started, where it's going, and one fun fact is it was a deliberate creation from 1925 by Professor Arnold Perold at the University of Stellenbosch, where he took two grapes, Pinot Noir and Cinsault. At the time in South Africa, it was known as Hermitage. So You get the two together and you've got pinotage. Pinotage is an absolute must-have for any braai session. Why? Because it was a deliberate craftsmanship that sought to find the right kind of good variety to use on South African cuisine. We've got a lot of heat here, and so our producers do not struggle to have alcohol in their wines. Today, I'm sharing with you the Hesendau Pinotage 2018. It's quite medium-bodied, but you've got lots of chocolate, coffee characteristics. You've got lots of depth in there. You've got a little bit of cassis, as well as red fruit. All signature characteristics that would complement any boerewors that you're going to have there. It's not a braai if it doesn't have a boerewors. Okay, so it's a South African thing for us to try. At least 80% to 90% of what you have in a boerewors is meat, with the other additional 10% being fat. So you need something that sort of like cuts through all of that fattiness, and I think a pinotage of this caliber will be absolutely brilliant. It's quite easy in South Africa for a lot of people to understand what a braai is, but for our international audience, a braai is an Afrikaans term, or originally coined by the Dutch to refer open fire cooking. In other parts of the world, they call it barbecue. And so what that means is whatever you throw at the fire is going to come out with lots of smoky characteristics. Grilled, but quite smoky. And when you have that, you need something that has got a bit of a tannin and spicy characteristic to it. A bit of a spicy edge in South Africa. You don't have to look further than Shiraz. One of the best areas to give us world record-breaking, or I would say groundbreaking Shirazes is the Swartland. I think you can starting to see a bit of a trend here. Earlier we did showcase a little bit of Malinu. Now I've got another producer from that part of the world. This is the porcelain bag. And no, it's not a 2018 or a 2019. We're going all the way back to 2014. Yes, this bird boy is quite spicy, it's medium-bodied, it's quite fruity, and it interacts very well with the protein content that you get out of the meat. This is ideal for those lamb chops that you're going to throw at the open fire. Also ideal for that sirloin that you've got, because it just cuts through the fattiness and also cleanses the palate as you go. So the interaction of these two elements will just make this a harmonious pairing. So if you're looking for a red wine for your braai, look no further than a Shiraz. Well, now that we've gone through all these wines for today, I think there's only one thing left for us to do, which is to jump onto the braai and see what the chef is cooking. Come with me. So thank you so much for joining us on the show. It's been an absolute treat. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for you today. If there is something you think we missed out, or if you prefer a different kind of beverage, please share your comments right down below. We would love to hear from you. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you'd also like to check out some of our original content, we have got many episodes that we have shot on the channel. Please catch up and send us lots of love. It means a lot to us and the crew behind the scenes. We've got to head out, but thanks for watching the show. We will catch you on the next episode. Bye for now.